guys don't understand, I think, sometimes how much us representatives appreciate you people out here in the hot sun doing this kind of thing over, you know, something like this. I dropped several bills, and they were killed by Joanne Osborne in the Health Chairman Services Committee that said that the government has no right, and I called it the Freedom of Choice and Parental Control Act, was the bill, is that no government has a right to ever tell you you have to drink, take, inoculate, or even be tattooed upon your own body.
That's right.
I mean, that's the essence of freedom is when you get down to our bodies.
Jesus.
I mean, how much more can we talk about when we talk about American liberties and freedom? And it's being stolen. It's being stolen by the Democratic Party in Washington, D.C., and it's also being stolen by Republicans that are not standing up to the issue.
Right,
and they're beyond rhinos in my mind. That it's almost un-American that we could have this. And so I want to say thank you for being here.
Tell me your name again. I'm sorry.
I'm Representative John Fillmore from Legislative District 16. It is really frustrating, because when the pandemic first came on and I started speaking about, hey, it's not like they say. I do believe it was men created and this and that. And this is a year and a half ago. And I said, what's happening is that in the United States, we had a bunch of scientists that didn't understand what they had created, and they panicked.
Yes.
And then they told the politicians, who the vast majority of politicians, and sometimes I raise my hand, that's me too, are blithering idiots. I mean, we're just regular people that run for office, and that
Absolutely.
They got scared. And they didn't have the backbone to stand up and say, wait a minute, and follow the actual science. So I look at what's happened to our country getting shut down, and all of the bankruptcies and families lost, and increases in disharmony in marriages and divorces, and the bankruptcies and the suicides and everything. And it's not right in this country. It really isn't. I am going to reintroduce the bills on that issue, but it was killed by, as I said, the chairman of the Health Committee, Joanne Osborne. She said, no, everybody's good. It's like, no, we're not good. And they're shutting it down. And I will tell you that I'm also looking at some other different bills that will try to protect the businesses to get away from that vaccine passport and things of that nature.
Yes.
So I'm looking to try to come up with some way that little LLCs and private individuals, small businessmen, because that's what America's all about,
That's right.
is exempt from that. And again, I just want to say to you people, thank you so much for being out here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for believing in the cause.
I'm sorry?
What district do you represent?
I'm from Legislative District 16. I'm in East Mesa, Apache Junction, Pinal County.
And what more can we do? What would you recommend to get more traction?
I would tell you to if you know any, is to apply pressure to the speaker and to the chairman of Education and Health and Services that something has to be done, and all of the chairmen. And if you find their sites, let's say on Facebook, is you post on there, because these people are running for re-election, and I know that they'll be standing in their districts and saying, oh, I'm this and I'm that and I'm solid and this and that, and on some fundamental issues they're not. I mean, some things, it just blows my mind that, and I believe that that's important, that the kids learn the understanding of the freedoms of America, and that when they say each word, and Red Skeleton did a comedy skit about this years and years ago, and he took every word when he talks about I, me, pledge, and what it explains. It explains the meaning of that. And the bill couldn't get heard. All this other stuff on feelings is detrimental to society overall, and I couldn't get the bill heard. I get worried about this country, and this is the greatest country in the history of mankind.
It's not so much anymore if it keeps going the way it is.
We have to resist.
I know.
Resist.
We have to.
That's what it was. It was against this mandate for vaccine, 1648. And I wrote those senators, I've written some representatives trying to say you guys need to bring this back.
And it got killed in here.
Yeah,
Who killed
and
it, Mr. Shope?
I don't know who killed it, but all I know is somebody said Ducey needs to call everybody back in.
On that. I don't know which
Somebody
one.
needs to start documenting who these people are that are killing these people.
Well, I do the things my mother taught me when I was a kid. I wash my hands. I stay away from people that are
There you go.
blowing cough. Just common sense things. But you know, our schools don't teach common sense things anymore.
No.
But they'll teach you about feelings and things of that nature. And we don't have our kids. And the whole reason I ever ran for the legislature is because I ran a business that I hired nothing but non-college kids. And I built a very successful chain of stores that sold fireplace and wood stoves. They're the largest in the Southwest United States. And most kids want to learn and that, but I kept seeing over the years, for 30 years, that our kids don't have that logical reasoning to understand the comprehension of what every action causes down the road. And that. So I ran, and it is what it is. But again, before, and I've said comments like, and I do believe this, and you can film this, that the government, no government, should ever have the right on an individual to make them be inoculated or drink or tattoo on their body, just like they did in Germany during the Holocaust, what the Nazis did to millions of people. And I got trashed. I got death threats for saying that, and they're saying I was diminishing the Holocaust, and I in no way intend to diminish the Holocaust or anything, but I do elevate the concern about our private freedoms on that. And so
Hitler was elected.
And that goes back to education. We don't teach our kids about the greatness of the free enterprise system. And this is a fact, and I have raised this issue, half the kids in our schools nowadays believe socialism is a really good system economically for them to have. We're losing our country. We are losing it without a doubt. And I got, I served on the education committee for years and got pulled. I'm no longer on appropriations. I've suffered a lot of pushback because of my positions on that. But you know what? I'm running for re-election, and I'm not going to change. If they throw me out, they throw me out. It is what it is.
Good for you for standing up.
Yep.
Thank you, people. Thank you very much. Have a good day.